things
speaking
in
of which,
vending.
have you seen some of the awesome vending machines that you can find in Japan? There's like literal buildings that are just vending machines there. Okay, so this one is a pan-dimensional vending, and the image for it is actually terrifying. So I'm really nervous.
Hungry? Maybe you could go for a snack right about now.
I don't know,
Or
not
a
no
nice,
more.
refreshing can of your favorite soda. Perhaps if you've got some change burning a hole in your
I
pocket,
don't know, man.
a nearby vending machine would be a good choice.
I don't know
And trust
anymore.
us, there's no vending machine like this one. SCP-261 will give you a treat that's out of this world.
I don't know,
or
man.
rather, out of this dimension.
I don't know if I
That's
want
how
it.
this safe class anomaly earned its incredibly accurate name, the Interdimensional Vending Machine. It was first discovered in a dark alley in Yokohama, Japan. Japan is a place where you can find a number of strange and surprising
Dude,
things.
speaking of which, have you seen some of the awesome vending machines that you can find in Japan? There's like literal buildings that are just vending machines there. Of course it's Japan. It makes sense! If it's a place that has a lot of convenience, like they have anything from like food that comes out to like cold and hot coffees, and like it's wild. It sounds so cool. I feel like it would be hard to even find a normal vending machine where I'm at, which is weird to say. Oh my god, I love it.
Nothing quite like
A
this.
fish!
The Foundation was first alerted to its presence after one of their web trawlers noticed some interesting chatter on Japanese online message boards
my
about
nose.
a magic vending machine. To these Japanese forum users, it sounded like a fanciful urban legend, a vending machine where you could get something truly fantastical if you have the yen to spare. But upon thorough investigation, field agents of the SCP Foundation discovered
Did anyone shut it down? Because that sounds very illegal.
that the machine was no legend and brought it into containment.
This is no
It's
legend.
the kind of thing
Steals
you
it.
wouldn't look twice at.
What
An
the?
utterly generic black vending machine with no viewing window and a handwritten sign in Japanese that reads, "Out of order." But what the vending
Understood.
machine looks like isn't nearly as interesting as what it's capable of. When you insert your money into the machine,
You can't even
and
see
it's
what you're
important
buying.
to note that it only accepts Japanese yen.
Makes
the machine
sense.
will dispense some kind of snack, food, or drink item. However, over time,
still
the
need
more
it.
the machine is used in a single day, the more bizarre the items it spits out will
Sweet.
become.
I wanna see what it spits out by the end of the day.
Researchers have attempted to figure out how the machine works, but their task has been incredibly difficult so far. It doesn't appear to contain any snacks, and it doesn't seem to be made of any anomalous parts. Moreover,
dare
the
you to eat
machine
whatever comes
simply
out of
won't
there.
work when the front panel is opened, or when any surveillance equipment is placed inside.
Eat whatever comes out of there.
In other words,
I dare
it's
you.
pretty much
Half a
impossible
cow?
to look this gift horse
Uncooked?
in the mouth.
We're looking at the gift
Strangely,
horse in the
machine
mouth.
is also capable of working without power. Though when unpowered, the vended products are likely to become stranger much faster.
Awesome!
But let's be honest here.
That's what
You're
I
not
want.
Here for Vending Machine Mechanics 101. You want to hear
No.
about all the weird stuff that
We want weird stuff, yeah.
SCP-261 dispenses.
Yes.
And frankly, we're with you on that one.
Mhm.
Lucky for all of us, this is one of the anomalies that the Foundation has truly extensive test records on. Providing
anyone
us with
eat
a
any of the
highlight
food
reel
that
some
came
of
out,
the
though?
strangest, wildest, and downright most interesting snacks and drinks
Did you
straight
survive?
out of another dimension. Bon appetit.
I guess not.
Let's start off nice and easy.
I guess
with some of
not.
the snacks and drinks
Maybe.
that are not only edible but also sound like they'd actually be pretty tasty.
I don't think I would
like
trust
Pepsi
it.
Dragon Twist, a bottle of Pepsi soda with English packaging that tastes like dragon fruit. PepsiCo does not produce such a product, but honestly, we wish they did. Same for Dark Side Cola, a clear liquid that becomes jet black shortly after being opened, which apparently tastes like your
Is this one of the unfortunate inmates that they're using as a test subject? I feel bad for that guy. I mean, actually, I don't feel as bad for this one as I did for the ones that went into SCP, was it 3008? Yeah, oh, that sucks. This was like an urban legends thing. Then I heard SCP Foundation. Oh, all right then. Yeah, this is all SCP stuff. I want to do like a series where I learn a little bit about the SCPs. It's basically Doraemon's pocket in the shape of a vending machine. So it's like a bag of holding almost, but it only exclusively has food items. This is a good one. I'm terrified. I would not try any of this. Oh no, poor inmate.
average
That's
can of
messed up,
Coke
dude.
with a touch of spice thrown in.
Ooh,
But
a
hey,
little bit of
not
spice.
everybody likes cola. Maybe you're a maverick, a rebel. Only a soft drink with a formal title can quench your thirst. And
Only.
as such, you prefer Dr. Pepper. In which case, maybe the vending machine will furnish you with an interdimensional Japanese product known as Dr. Pepper's Amusing Straw.
What?
This spatial anomaly wrapped inside a whimsical Dr. Pepper branded straw seems to contain far more liquid than should be able to fit in the straw.
Hey yo,
About
just
one
slurping
bottle's
forever.
worth of soda, to be precise. A nice and convenient solution for whenever you need to get the fix that only an accredited doctor of popology can provide.
Popology,
And
let's
if you
go.
fancy something from the more intoxicating end of the beverage spectrum, for 600 yen you can get yourself a rare bottle of Billy beer. It's just the thing for those who weren't alive during the Carter administration, but still want to try
What?
brew that was endorsed by the younger brother of President Jimmy Carter. This
can bring back
anomalous
some
bottle of
retro
suds,
stuff?
which was bottled in the 1970s
That sounds awesome.
according to its
It's
label,
wild.
came with a note reading, "I had this beer brewed just for me. I think it's the best I've ever tasted, and I've tasted a lot. I think you'd
I've
like it
tasted a
too.
lot.
Billy Carter." Drinking the beer got a D-class intoxicated for 72 hours.
I want it to be a bag just so it's convenient and I can bring it with me everywhere. Unlike this vending machine. A little bit inconvenient, not gonna lie. Want a bag of snacking? Uh-oh, is it busted?
But what if you've just wet your whistle and worked up a hunger in the process?
Yeah, I want a
Thankfully,
burger now.
SCP-261 has some delicious interdimensional food to
There's a vending machine anime? Excuse me? What? I'm scared.
satisfy your cravings. So for starters, how about a tube of the Little Bakery 7-grain?
Excuse
This
me?
small aluminum tube lets you squeeze out a blob of dough, which instantly rises and cooks itself into a tasty little loaf of bread.
The
Testing
freshest
has
of
indicated that
bread.
the
Oh my
bread
god.
is a little chewy, but still tastes completely fine. Not bad for a tubed baked good. How about some
That's
seafood to go with
awesome.
that bread? Then maybe for your entree, you can crack open a delicious pack of lemon clams. And we do mean crack very literally here.
Oh
If you
no.
crack this bag of anomalous clams like a glow stick, they boil themselves. And once you open them, you're ready to enjoy
I
a
wouldn't
serving
trust.
of tasty clams that
I
have a
wouldn't
slight
trust.
lemon flavoring to them.
I can't.
Delicious.
Mm-mm.
But if you're not that hungry and just feeling more like a snack than a full fancy dinner, the machine once put out the Lay's Bloomin' Onion. While it appears to be a normal onion, each layer of the onion is a different flavor of chip, leading all the way into the middle. Truly a gourmet snack with more layers than, well, actually exactly as many layers as an onion. And what about for those who are anomalously trapped in the year 2012 and are looking for a snack that is both tasty and meme-worthy?
Oh,
Well, you'd
God.
be lucky to receive a 700 yen
Ew!
bacon shirt. It's exactly what
Oh.
it says on the can. An
Oh, that's a
edible
lot of
shirt that
bacon.
both smells and tastes like bacon. And has
Oh,
no real
that's
side
wild.
effects other than making you smell a little like bacon while you're wearing it.
Why
Though
would you
this
wear
could be a
it?
dangerous anomalous effect if you decide to walk through your local dog park while you're wearing it. We've been
It'd
told
be
it pairs
crispy.
well with the meat hat, a size 64 Trilby-style fedora made entirely
What
out
is
of
a
teriyaki-flavored
size
beef jerky.
64?
The object came
does that even
flattened in a
mean?
cardboard box bearing the tagline, "You can have your hat and eat it too," which is a pun that
Interesting.
probably makes a lot more sense in their dimension. Still a bit hungry? Well, lucky for you, this magical vending machine has got you covered on dessert too. For 700
one is
yen,
awesome.
the Foundation was given an entire edible chess set, with each of the ornate
it
pieces
chocolate?
carved from what seemed like hard Pez-style candy. It's less checkmate
Oh.
and more check-ate. Another pun that I promise is funnier in another dimension. And for 300 yen extra,
Nice try.
you might walk away with a candy robot playset. These are more hard candy components that can be put together to create functional, anomalous mini robots that move on their own, walking aimlessly and bumping into walls. But what about the full meal craving consumer on the go? Who wants both a dinner and a dessert combined into one disgusting package? Don't worry, the
I want it.
interdimensional vending machine has
I want
got
it
you
right now.
covered. Just 400 yen can net you some delicious turdako chakan. These are balls of fried
Turdako
turkey filled with chocolate,
Ah!
a smaller ball of duck, more
That's a
chocolate,
bit-
and in the very center, a small ball of fried chicken.
That's a bit
Even
weird.
the
Look away,
labeling on the
Jace.
product describes it as having 450% of
fair,
an adult
valid.
human's daily recommended fat intake. We'll leave it to you to decide if this is a decadent treat worthy of the gods or utterly disgusting.
No.
Maybe you're
no.
feeling a little cheeky.
I'm too
though,
normal.
Or you need the perfect comedic dessert for your bachelorette party. The vending machine has a candy direct from an alternate Korea.
Curse.
A tasty, if slightly too sweet, chocolate candy shaped like a certain male organ. Filled
You
with,
stop!
we kid you not, liquid white chocolate.
We already
Perfect for
have
anyone
those!
who has
They're not
both
even
the sweet
trying
tooth
anymore.
and the sense of humor of a 12-year-old. Okay, these were definitely all weird treats.
Burn
but let's
it!
get really, really strange now. From the disgusting, to the confusing, to the inedible, to the straight-up deadly. If you're a bit of a sadist, perhaps
Mark
you're the
me
kind
down
of
as
person who
interested.
enjoys
No,
watching
you
their
stop
snacks dying in front of them before they eat them. For that, the vending machine provides an aluminum box with a viewing window and a red button on top.
That's messed up.
Inside are a collection of small furry creatures, each
Gotta wash down the meat hat with the male meat candy. No! If you're a bit sadistic, love it. No! This one sounds
with a single
terrible.
big eye. When the button is pressed, the creatures inside are abruptly superheated, cooking them all to death.
No!
At that point, the box opens, and the creatures are ready to eat.
No, don't do it.
We've been told they were crunchy, spicy, and tasted a little like beef.
That's
Maybe you're
nasty.
part of the slow food movement. For that, we recommend the delicious pile of slugs, which is exactly what it sounds like. This is a produce box, like the kind used for packing
my god, look away, close your
except
eyes.
It's full of live slugs.
That's nasty.
There are both advantages and disadvantages to actually eating these slugs. The advantage is that they contain large amounts of vitamin C, E,
yes.
and most
That
of the
is
B complex,
okay.
which are all crucial to a healthy and balanced diet.
Yeah, because
The
I can't just take a
disadvantage is that they
multivitamin
contain
instead.
large amounts of arsenic, which will kill you. Though, of course, if you still have a candy-flavored death wish, but you prefer your entomological treats a little more leggy, then may we interest you in a fine caramelized
yes, it has
spider for a modest
horrifyingly
500
huge amounts.
yen.
It has huge amounts of arsenic, but you know what? It also has the good daily intake of. I love when my multivitamin wiggles. Ugh, that's
full of deadly
nasty.
quantities of an unknown anomalous
Stop.
venom that's pretty much impossible to cure. But it's worth it for the sweet, sticky goodness that comes before death
Excuse
sets
me?
in. Another strange item dispensed by the vending
unfortunately.
machine was
Unfortunately, it looks like that one inmate had hopefully the time of the rest of his life and ate a lot of the delicious stuff up until that point. Here's the thing though, it looks like the guy doesn't have time, so how would they, he's like eating it and he's about to frickin' perish. How would he have time to describe what this looks like, tastes like, you know? Sweet sticky goodness. That was a phrase that was said.
tall metal
And they'll
aluminum
say it again.
canister with a ring pull that, upon opening, had a violent chemical reaction with the air and triggered a large explosion. Apparently, this particular beverage was never intended for oxygenated environments.
Okay, fair, understood. Just rebrand the arsenic to vitamin A! So much vitamin A! Here's the thing, I thought they usually have the inmates. Why would, like, do this stuff because it's dangerous? Why would they have, like, what looks like scientists in lab coats?
The blast killed 2 researchers.
You
and
fools!
resulted in the temporary suspension of testing. Though in a slight silver
Understood.
lining for this fiasco, the testing area did smell of citrus for a few days,
Yes, the
which
silver
the janitors
lining.
must have enjoyed as they cleaned up all the body parts.
Oh my god!
Another dangerous snack provided by the
Good
vending
lord.
machine was a long
Oh,
tube of
oh
chips
shit.
called Prangles. Not to be
Prangles.
confused with any other long tube-based chips you may be thinking of. When the tube was opened, or popped, as they
Did
say,
it explode
the
as
D-class
well?
that the chips were presented to began compulsively eating them. When researchers
Oh,
ordered
no.
the D-class to stop,
No.
it seemed almost as if they couldn't.
They
Regardless of
couldn't.
the orders given to them, the D-class just kept eating.
This is their life
Even
now.
when guards terminated the D-class there and then, the corpse continued to eat chips out of the tube until it was physically pried out of their hands.
Oh my
But if
god!
all those salty Prangles had really worked up a thirst in you, perhaps you can wash them down with a delicious can of Cherry Bomb. An
No!
intense cherry-flavored
no.
drink dispensed by SCP-261 for
Not like
450
this.
yen. When a D-class sampled this delicious soda, they
Oh no, did
commented
he
on it
explode?
tasting strongly of cherry.
Oh
A
no.
few moments later, their head exploded with the force of a stick of dynamite, coating everyone and everything around it in gooey head
Me for
viscera.
real?
The
No!
resulting cleanup took an arduous 6 hours. But wow, was that cherry tasty. And finally, why
Worth
not
it.
complete this anomalous vending machine feast with a 1,000 yen papier-mâché piñata, resembling a dead horse that comes ready
Happy,
to
look
use
away.
with a baseball bat.
No.
Everyone who saw the piñata fell compelled
Killer
to beat it
taste.
mercilessly with the
Explosively
bat
great
until
taste.
candy began to fall out.
Bruh, the
Many
rage.
in attendance claimed that it was the 1,000th gift unleashed by SCP-261.
That makes
and
sense.
thus warranted celebration. Once the dead horse was thoroughly beaten, all cognitohazardous properties ceased. There's a joke somewhere in there. but for the life of us, we're not sure we can find it. Oh well, maybe it's in another dimension. Now go check out SCP-978 Desire.
Hey yo? Wait, who's this hottie McHotterton? Anyways, beating a dead horse? Nah, I never heard of that one. Would you take your chances? Would you take your chances and eat something from this vending machine? I'm too chicken, I wouldn't be able to. Even though the first, like, it felt like the vast majority in the first bit were very— Yes! No, don't lie to me. I wonder if it hit its 1,000 and it's like, we're good and that was it. Or if you can still keep purchasing from it. What would you guys do? Comment below. Give me a heads up. Would you eat something from that vending machine? I don't think I could, but personally, I'm a chicken. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Thank you so much to this month's patrons. You guys are seriously the best. If anyone else would like to be
immortalized
into this video, please consider checking out my Patreon, and here are my other socials. Thank you, and I'll see you guys around. Bye.